look how they taking money at Dunkin' Donuts, y'all. Like, come on, man. What is this?
It's crazy.
Straight bulletproof glass through the whole thing, man. I mean, you can't even breathe on these people. Look how sealed this is. This is a professional seal. Like, you can't even talk to these people barely. Appreciate you, man. Getting up every day and seeing something like this, bro, that do something to your mental up here. It tell you, like, this how you feed animals in a zoo, gang. Like, that's pretty much what it's telling your mentality. Like, I don't trust you. You feel what I'm saying? At what point do we be like, we tired of getting treated like animals, tired of getting treated like this? Like, bro, like, you telling me I can't even hand you my money, gang? Like, bro, like, the people who be owning these don't be from the community. They don't be from the city. They don't. You grow up, imagine you see this every day for your whole life. And then you go to someplace else and you see them handing the money. You're going to think something wrong with you, gang. Like, it's crazy mentality.
Well, hello there, partner. Go on and hang up your hat, grab yourself a whiskey, and pull up in the easy chair. We're coming off the range of 9 to 5s with a whole herd of news stories that we've been steaming over like a cow patty in the Texas heat. As they say, the chickens are finally coming home to roost. And we're here to ruffle some feathers and ensure accountability ain't just a concept, it's reality. It's that time where the day's drama casts its longest shadow. So let's light a candle to the chaos of current events, the whirlwind of politics, and the tangled webs of corruption that we find ourselves entwined by. It's time to ramble our way into the twilight. Welcome to Sunset Rants.
Hello, everybody. Happy Tuesday. Welcome to Sunset Rants, so we catch you up on all the news that you might have missed at work or all the current events. That's our job. I'm here for it. D, Fluffy, welcome. Hope you guys had a great weekend. How are you guys doing today?
Tired.
I'm
exhausted.
Yeah.
Taco Tuesday beat me up.
Poor thing. Hey, man. Tacos can be a rough job sometimes when you gotta. It's all you can eat, you know. D, where can we find you? Tell us about you. Give us a scoop on you. How's your?
Well, I am on X and only X, and you can find me at Cynical Latina, and mostly just troll and have fun, and try not to take anything too seriously. So life's fun. We gotta go out there and get it by the.
Phenomenal. Mars. Fluffy, my friend, tell us about you. Who are you?
I am.
Who doesn't know you yet?
Oh, shit. If you don't know me, you don't belong here. I'm pretty much the team's degenerate. They bring me up when people need, cats to herd. I pretty much run a Friday show that's about non-politic issues. That's pretty much it. I post weird stuff on the internet. That's about it.
Perfect. And for those who are new here, QR code is in top of the corner right there. Come hang out with us. That'll bring you straight to our website, Discord. See all our beautiful faces, all our channels, all our episodes that we've done, and everyone's part of the team. Check it out. You'll definitely like what you have to see there. But that being said, let's go ahead and jump into the first topic of the day. Supreme Court lifts hold on Venezuelan deportations to El Salvador for now. And this is going to be coming from the Washington Post. Let's see what we got going on. Let's see what we got. A divided Supreme Court Monday cleared the way for Trump's administration to use a controversial wartime authority to deport alleged members of Venezuelan gang, but said detainees must first have an opportunity to challenge their deportations. The 5-4 ruling did not touch on the underlying legal questions about the government's use of the Alien Enemies Act, one of the most high-profile and contentious immigration enforcement actions so far in President Donald Trump's second term. Instead, a majority rule that the 5 Venezuelan immigrants who challenged the policy did so in the wrong court, leaving an open possibility that those targeted for deportation could refile their case in Texas or other jurisdictions where they are detained. The detainees are confined in Texas, so venue is improper in the District of Columbia. The justices wrote of challenging the U.S. District Court in D.C. As a result, the government is likely to succeed on the merits action. So have you guys heard about this so far?
Mm-hmm.
I dabbled.
Dabbled here and there.
Yeah, I dabbled here and there.
Yeah. So apparently this act is all the way from 1798. So a lot of people are kind of up in arms, like, oh, if it's there, why are we using it now? And it's like, well, a lot of things are there, and we still use them for the right reasons. And
Yeah.
of course, we're going to have people upset and up in arms about almost anything. But yeah, no, just kind of it's good that we're able to keep doing it, but it sucks that for the people that, the 5 that try to go do it the right way, they weren't able to. So.
Well, if anything, it just proves that the Supreme Court is a bunch of do-nothings yet again.
Yeah.
If anything, the Supreme Court hasn't really done anything in like the last 10 years that's notable that I'm aware of.
Well, they've come in clutch a couple times for certain things, just like, doing it like when something has. But at the same time, there's been points in the past couple of weeks where they've also just like definitely dropped the ball. So I can agree with that there.
Yeah, and I think they were pretty upset that they had to make such a rush decision on this particular topic. And it's like, that's your job, dude. I guess from what I had read was that Amy Coney Barrett, or whatever her name is, she was pretty upset that I guess in her dissenting paperwork, she was saying something about how it wasn't done through the proper channels, and she wished that that it would have processed through the lower courts instead of them deciding to do an emergency ruling on it, which is like, dude, that's part of your job. Like, you're tenured now for life. Like, you have this job for life. It's part of your job. Like, come on, dude. So yeah, it's always very frustrating when you see people like having to complain about doing their jobs, and it's something that's such an important decision too. If Donald Trump decides to, or any president, decides to enact a law, it doesn't matter how old it is. Like, not murdering people is a pretty old law too. And, hello. Like they need to stop bitching about the wrong things and focusing on the right things, because if the president declared this an invasion, clearly it's a declaration, and then he declares use of the Alien Enemies Act to remove these people that invaded our country, which is like, there's 2 principles of that law, and that's like one of them, the invasion. And they decide that, oh, we're going to challenge this in the courts. It's just, it's ridiculous. The president has that authority, and the judges cannot just come in and say, no, you can't do that. So right now, what it looks like is the judicial branch is getting a lot bigger than the executive branch, even though the judicial branch is under the executive branch. That's not going to work out that way. Like, they all have to have equal power. And just because these judges don't like what Trump is doing, they cannot challenge him on every single thing that he does. And it's really, really evident compared to like when Obama and Biden were president. They barely ever did anything to counteract anything that they ever did. But you look at Trump's record, and there's so many legal proceedings because these judges don't like what he's doing. But it's not about them. There's a mandate that the United States citizens put in place, and they need to go along with what the American people want, because it's we the people, not them the government, them the politicians, them the judges. It's we the people, and we want these changes to be made.
Yeah, no, and that's a great. Everything you said just makes complete sense, and it is. And like these lower level judges, they don't have like the power to do this. I mean, you could speak up and all this, but you can't just be like, oh, hey, there's a lot of stuff that, we brought up even, for example, a couple of weeks ago, where they tried to do the same thing when they were trying to indict and get Trump sent to jail. Like, there would be like one outcome on the higher court system, and then you have like these lower levels try to redo the same thing after it's already been done. It's like, no, you can't.
Yeah.
And then the fact that it was 5-4, it's kind of like what's going on. And then when you're going on with like, the Amy Coney Barrett, there's room to say like why she chose this, is because I know she has like some like immigrant adopted kids and stuff. But the fact of the matter is, her job is to uphold, the
Constitution.
Yeah, the Constitution, the laws of the land, and you can't have a certain bias to it, and it's really going to show true colors in this, at least in my opinion.
I mean,
maybe she'll learn her lesson on this.
Bias has been there since politics was a big thing.
Yes,
like there's always going to be a bias, no matter what.
No, you're right, but like with this administration, we're trying to at least show like, let's get rid of it, or fight against just like this backhanded bullshit, like a fight uphill when it should just be an easy way down, like downhill, just to get everything done.
Well, the job like, of the Supreme Court isn't to be an activist judge and to base your ruling on your feelings. They are above. Like, these people are the creme de la creme. They're not supposed to be making decisions based on their feelings. They're supposed to look at the Constitution and interpret the Constitution and base everything off of the Constitution. So there's no personal feelings here. And the reason that they are in the position that they are is because their ability to be able to look at the law and try to break it down to the fundamental levels of it and see if whatever new law or proposition they're trying to push through aligns with the Constitution. It's not about I feel. No, they need to be able to do their breakdown, I guess, like their interpretation of it, and they need to be able to write a paper after their ruling to say why they did what they did. It can't just be, oh, my feelings, my heart, it broke my, it makes me want to cry. No, it's they need to have evidence, like, to back up their decision, why they dissented or why they agreed with it. So it's not just, it's more complicated than that, and they need to be able to back up their opinions or their rulings. So it's not so black and white. Well, it should be black. It should be black and white.
But like Fluffy says, like ever since it started, like ever since just the beginning, there's always going to be some kind of bias.
Yeah.
No crying in baseball. So,
I mean, there was a thing posted earlier today about, I think it was Clarence Thompson, who said that like we have oversight over certain lower courts and we should start using it.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if that's true or not, but it's my understanding that is how the Supreme Court is supposed to operate. They're supposed to look down at the lower courts below them in their districts or areas that they control or oversee, and they're supposed to be essentially like, judge, you're not upholding the end of the ruling like you're supposed to, you're out. That's how they're supposed to be operating.
Yeah,
this just proves that there needs to be a massive audit on the judicial system.
Yeah, I think also the fact that nothing's ever really been done. I think in the time or like recorded of the history of the Supreme Court, I don't think that there's been that many judges that have been actually impeached or removed due to misconduct. So, the fact that they don't see law being applied to them as well is also a big factor of why they've all gone rogue, and they've gone, instead of following the law and interpreting the law based off the Constitution, now they're doing their rogue, social justice bullshit on the side because they've never faced consequences. So if they started facing consequences, started getting removed for, instead of following the law, putting their bullshit into law, things would be a lot different. Like the original judges that did the same-sex marriage, they did that because they wanted to. There was nothing to back them up. And yet, we've struggled with that because they've allowed certain things. Once they allow it and people start doing it, it's really hard to reverse their judgments. So, if they actually got punished for what they did, we wouldn't have these rogue judges,
Yeah, they haven't learned to burn their hand. Like there's been no reciprocation on
No.
not going by how it's supposed to be.
Mhm.
And the fact that it was just 5-4 just kind of shows you what's going on. And it's also showing you the fact that what you guys are saying is just not even happening. So I think maybe the Dawn will take a look at that once everything's settled down for this term.
Yeah.
Like what's
Vote in
going
your
on
local election, people. Vote in your local elections.
Yes, it's so important.
So on to the next.
Oh, what do we got here? From the AP. At least I'm not reading Politico. Trump's DHS revokes legal status for migrants who entered the U.S. on Biden-era CBP-1 app. So those of you that don't know, there was an application for border crossers or illegal aliens, depending on where you're from, that were given phones with this app on it to keep track of their court hearing, as it were. And yeah, that was their security that they had.
I want a phone.
Up there for a while. It's like, man, I'm living on the streets. I might as well cross the border and cross back. I get $200, a lunch ticket, a cell phone, and a hotel stay. Come on now.
And food stamps and free health
vacation.
insurance.
Talk about vacation.
I think there was a couple of guys that actually did that and pointed it out. I remember that was a big story for like a good week and a half.
Do they really?
Migrants who were temporarily allowed to live in the United States by using a Biden-era online appointment app have been told to leave the country immediately, officials said. Now, how funny would it be if that app started blaring like, this phone has been locked due to your illegal status, and like completely locked out? Hey, Trump team, hit me up. I got ideas.
Detain me.
It was unclear how many beneficiaries would be affected. All of them. More than 900,000 people were allowed in the country using this one app since January 2023, and were generally allowed to remain in the United States for 2 years with authorization to work under presidential authority called parole. Really? Really?
That's a very unique.
Yeah, it's a weird concept that we have in America.
Yeah.
We tend to put those in with people who are in trouble with the legal status.
I mean,
who would have guessed?
I know, right? Canceling these paroles is a promise kept to the American people to secure our borders and protect our national security. Department of Homeland Security Media Affairs Unit said in response to the questions. Quote, it's time for you to abandon the United States. The DHS wrote to a Honduran family that entered the U.S. at the end of the last year. Associated Press reviewed the email received Sunday. Sign up free. No, thank you. Others shared the same email on social media platforms. Hey, it's like it's a unified system, like a mandate you guys were talking about a little bit ago. So let's see here. There's been 900,000 people have been allowed to enter, yada, yada, yada. Trump ended and revoked temporary status for many of those people. And, quote, further fueled the worst border crisis in U.S. history, said Trump on Biden's security or Homeland Security. Homeland Security said that last month it was revoking another form of parole for 532,000 people from Cuba, Haiti, Nicaragua, Venezuela, who flew to the country at their own expense with financial sponsors. I would like a financial sponsor. Isn't that called a sugar daddy?
Yeah. I don't want a financial sponsor if I'm eventually going back to Haiti.
How many of those people do you think are drug mules?
whoa.
I don't know. Apparently, a lot of them are actually not like they're actually truly like escaping Haiti because like how they had that like gang government overthrow where it's just like they're all like cannibals into like voodoo and stuff. Like
I remember that.
Yeah, like the whole country was overran. So like there's a lot of people just escaping that. I met a few people that had family that like were saying like, just how awful it was. So that one I could see like true asylum.
There was an 18-month hold on some people in Venezuela due to the natural disaster or civil strife. So, like, some of the Haitian migrants might not have it at the same time. What the hell are you doing, dog? I just seen her head flicking behind my camera. I'm like, what the hell are you doing?
Pupper's gonna pup.
I guess. Oh, last night she brought me a chunk of 2x. Oh, there it is. A chunk of 2x4. I'm like, what are you doing, dog? Yeah, you can just about see it in her mouth. There you go. Right there. That. Yeah. Like, where did you even get that?
If you find something break, you might find where that went to.
Look, it's not treated wood. I don't care. Like, you have at it. I'm not going to use that for anything. Watch it tomorrow. I'll find a reason to use it.
Right.
But yeah, so I guess there is an 18-month stay on certain countries that the people are going to be deported on because of natural causes or civil strife.
Mm-hmm.
Do I agree with it to some point? I'm like, yeah, I guess it works. Sure. But as long as we get at least 80% of them out of here, who cares, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm sure like all of us, I mean, like most people at some point, it's like, oh, heck, like last minute I have to move back home or something comes up.
I mean, I'm going to go on the more radical aspect. I'm going to go on the more radical aspect of this. We should send people back to their home countries and then charge that country for the transportation fees and all the taxes that they cost the American people per individual. We can average that out. We've got enough autism on the internet to figure out how much they actually spent and then charge the country for it, whether that be in tariffs or straight raw goods.
Venezuela and Haiti, Venezuela doesn't have any money, maybe oil, but Haiti has nothing, so I'm not too sure how they pay us for that one.
I mean, the CIA takes nose candy.
There you go. Yeah.
The butter.
See, I agree with you. I think
nose powder, gunpowder.
I feel like people that have been in this country for years and years and years, that have been working and getting taxes collected and all that stuff. They have an ITIN number. Okay, you know what? You don't have any felonies. You don't have any misdemeanors. You're not on any benefits. Okay, maybe we could work something out for you. Okay, but like all these people that came in on the caravans, the ones with the Biden shirts, like let us in, all that bullshit, all those motherfuckers need to go back home because all of them are just mooching pieces of shit. That's just the way I see it. All the caravans that came in when they started coming in when Biden got into office, all of them need to be sent fucking back home, packing, kick them out, drop kick them. I don't give a fuck how, just get them the fuck out of here. None of them should have ever come in the first place, and they shouldn't be here, and period. And as for, the workers, who's going to pick your fucking vegetables and who's going to pick you know what, motherfuckers, if you guys made it easier for these people to come in on a work visa, maybe you'd have workers. Maybe if you made it easier for people to come in that are vetted, of course, to come and do construction and clean your toilets and do your gardening and shit, maybe, just maybe, more people would be able to come here temporarily and then go fucking back home.
Hey, I want to do a TV timeout. I know at least 16 people off the top of my head who were doing the Fight for 15 way back when the average wage of produce picker is like $17 an hour. They happen to be hippies who would love nothing more to be in a field picking stuff. And there's typically no drug test when it comes to vegetable picking. Just saying. Like, yeah, man, do shrooms, go wild. As long as that stuff gets in this basket and loaded on that truck, I don't give a damn. Don't hurt yourself.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Done.
Hey, you know what? It comes with a free side of vegetables. At the end of the day, you get to take home fresh produce. You get to live off the land just like you like it.
Hell
yeah.
Hold on. We need to get like 40 some acres and call it a retreat and have people go and live in an Amish-like environment where they pick fruit, can do drugs, and we sell the fruits of their labor, literally.
Yes.
But they pay us for the experience. There we go. We're good to go.
And if they want to, I mean, they could be nude, sunbathing, picking vegetables. That getting that sunlight in your butthole supposedly is really good for you.
Yeah, they have to sign a waiver for the OnlyFans stream too.
Just laying there naked. Whoa, wrong eggplant. Don't touch that one.
But I
I'm a master at
mean,
monetizing. Let's go.
or I mean, they could also do like, I don't know. I want to say labor camps, like like the ones they have in Russia are pretty. Yeah, you could
You
say
mean
that's cool.
gulags?
The
Yeah,
Google.
yeah, that's pretty cruel and
Do
unusual.
you know what those are?
But if you have,
That's where you're going to die.
like the non-violent felons out there picking vegetable, or send their asses there to do community service.
Hold on.
You
I just figured
know?
it out. We can set up a gulag to exploit the white guilt that you feel, so they have to be coming there to go work for free because they're working off their white guilt. We got this. It's a solid business plan.
And then they'll be too tired to go
You gotta go pick
riot
cotton.
And it's
and
racist
protest.
if they don't do it.
Yeah, exactly. Like, did you all see the Am I Racist? Where
Oh,
you
I
got
have
that
not seen
one
that one.
chick, that one writer chick to give him money. That was
Hey,
pretty
you
fucking
have to watch it.
It's hilarious.
It is a documentary. No, it's not. It's like how Idiocracy is a documentary. It's just ahead of its time.
Yeah.
That is pretty much what Am I a Racist is.
Is it still available on
Oh,
on the
absolutely.
website? Okay, because
Yeah.
I know
Sure.
the Daily
it's
Wire is like
worth-
going down or something, so I wasn't too sure.
I think I paid $12 to watch it. It was worth it. It was
I went
totally
to the
worth
movie
it.
theater. Me and my
Oh, okay.
husband and my best friend, we went to the movie theater to watch it, and I could not stop laughing. Some of these people and these women with their white guilt, it's fucking ridiculous. And then you've got these like black activists, and they are milking it for every fucking cent. And you know what? More power to them. If they're smart enough, I don't even think it requires a whole lot of intelligence, but if they've got the balls enough to try to do this and get these dumbass people to give them money, get it, dude. Get it. It's better than looting stores. You're getting these people that are all sensitive.
I'm gonna do that and go up to every German that I see and be like, "Hey,
Oh.
give me money."
They're gonna call you a split ear. Don't do that. They're gonna call you a split ear, and you don't.
No,
want
but I'm
that.
not. No, I'm talking not the Germans, like all the liberal Germans, like the ones we're talking about.
Oh,
they've got
that one might work, but if you're talking
Oh, no,
about authentic
it's-
German, like they're gonna call you a split ear, and that is a bad situation to be in.
Yeah, no. I'm talking about like all these hippie people that have like this white guilt on them,
right.
like. Or you could even go before we go to the next one, or somehow for these workers to kind of entice it is lower taxes on their paychecks for labor. Money goes further.
Yeah, maybe it might work. Okay, so I know we talked earlier about this in the pre-show. Are we still cutting YouTube for this segment, or are we letting it go?
I don't have them in my ear. Have them tell you.
Okay. Our lovely producer. Freak flag fly. We got the green light. Okay, this one's great. This comes from slaynews.com, YouTube. This is slaynews.com. This is not an opinion. Cleveland Clinic confirms flu vaccine ineffective, warns harm. Let that sink in for a moment.
No.
Major study from world-renowned Cleveland Clinic, YouTube.
This is factual science.
Has confirmed that influenza vaccines are ineffective at preventing flu cases and only increases the risk of harm. Again, slaynews.com.
Yep.
Oh.
Wow.
Now, if I remember correctly, yes. Following a major study from the world-renowned Cleveland Clinic has confirmed that influenza vaccines are ineffective at preventing flu cases and only increases harm. The verdict on the flu vaccine from the Cleveland Clinic large-scale prospective cohort study has delivered a shocking blow to the massive vaccination agenda. What do you mean there's an agenda? But I was told there's no agenda.
No.
Tell us more.
Okay, the study found out that there was not only a vaccine ineffective, but it was also associated with significantly increased risk of infection. Because those of you that don't know, the flu vaccine is more or less a guess that we base off of Australia so that we get prepped for our winter season. That is most of the time what the flu vaccine is. but they get it wrong almost all the time. The study found that not only was the vaccine, I already read that. The findings of the study led by Dr. Nabin Shresha, best I got, head of the Cleveland Clinic's Department of Infectious Diseases, also known as the CDC, were published in the MedRivix journal. Is that right? Sure.
I mean, that sounds great.
The study tracked 53,000 employees during 2024 and 2025 respiratory viral season. Let's see here. Researchers sought the asses.
I saw asses too. So.
Sought to assess whether influenza vaccine offered protection against laboratory confirmed influenza infections. As a result, raised serious questions about the season's flu vaccine and broader assumptions behind annual mandates. The study aimed to evaluate the real-world effectiveness of 2024-2025 influenza vaccines among relatively healthy working-age adults in their healthcare setting. Fun fact, go work outside. The flu be gone.
Yeah, if you're just working outside or just healthy, fine.
I am not the most healthiest person in the world. I get ammonia or bronchitis once a year, and it's usually in December. Something about the cold weather snaps where I'm at, and I just get hit. But I know it happens every year about the same time, so I usually get a prescription ahead of time. I'm on hey doc, I'm here every year. I've been here for every year for the last 7 years. This is what I need. I need one pill, and I'm good. It's not even I need the whole bottle, just one pill. That's it. That's all I need. But I mean, hey, if I must be in a better relationship than most of your doctors, so I don't know.
So check this out. Damn, I couldn't imagine getting. I've had swine flu before, and I've had pneumonia before, and they suck. And I couldn't imagine doing that every year. But
here's a weird question.
Answer.
If you're dating a Muslim girl and you get swine flu, can you no longer date?
No, I can still pork her.
Oink, oink, motherfucker.
I date a lot of Muslim girls. I know all about it. No,
it was just a weird question that comes to my head.
No, that's funny. So I scrolled down a little further. There's not really much too much further to read, but just for a fun fact of statistics, it says after multivariable adjustment, the vaccinated had a 20% higher risk of influenza infection after the shot.
Mm-hmm.
That's a big number.
No. It is.
A really big number.
The last time I got a flu vaccine, I think I was around 12 or 13 years old. And I remember my mom would always take us to get our flu vaccine, and I would never really get sick. But after I got that flu vaccine, I got really sick. And I don't know if it was like a full-on flu or not. But what I can tell you is that after that, I refused to get a vaccine. I told my mom, I do not want this. Like, this made me sick. And, in my teenage brain, I was like, this is not good. And then I've never really had the flu. No, I got COVID back in 2022, or what was it? No, 2020, I think I got COVID. It was whatever. All I wanted to do was freaking drink beer and eat hot Cheetos. And I mean,
that sounds like a pregnancy.
Yeah, it really did. My friend and I called it COVID munchies. I had to stop by her house.
Every Spanish girl in high school I ever knew.
Yeah, I had to stop by my friend's house when she had COVID because she's like, supposedly I can't leave the house. And in our neighborhood, you had to go to the you couldn't just okay, it's been 2 weeks, I'm off quarantine. No, you had to get cleared by the head of the health department or some bullshit like that. And you had to get a letter from the doctor saying that it had been 2 weeks and then take it to the health department and get cleared to go back to work through them. So it wasn't just okay, I'm done with my 2 weeks, So yeah. She was at home and she's like, I need some hot Cheetos and I want some fucking cake and I want this and I want that. So here I am going to the store and buying her all this bullshit and dropping it off at her front door because okay, you have COVID, so I can't get close to you. And it was the same for me. I had my husband going and getting me snacks and all kinds of stuff, but they never quarantined for me and nobody else got COVID. So it was really weird. And then, but like, I've never wanted to ever get a vaccine just because, like, why am I going to get, I'm not sick. And when I get sick, I don't get sick when everybody's, in December, when I get sick in the summertime when everybody feels great and the temperature changes from cold to hot. That's when I get sick. Yeah. And I don't know if it's like a cold or something, but it's usually lasts about a week. Mostly I have a sore throat and my voice goes away. So I'm like, if it ain't broke, don't fix it.
That sounds like allergies.
No, I don't get allergies.
No, do you live near a tilling area, like where they till the land to start growing stuff?
There is a lot of farms around the city.
That's probably what it is.
But I don't suffer runny nose, allergies, all that stuff during the year or anything. It's just usually when it stops being cold and it transitions into heat, that's when, and if that, like, I'll lose my voice. But that's usually the worst part of it. I don't have itchy eyes, I don't have runny eyes, nothing. I lose my voice for like 2 weeks and I sound like a hermaphrodite, but that's about it.
So you're a Latina that can't handle the heat. You're failing your genetics.
I do. I love the heat. I just don't know what it is. Like,
some kids are probably like, yes, summer's coming.
Well, I sound
we don't have to
worse. No, because I still talk and I still scream when I lose my voice, and it sounds awful. Like I got a frog stuck in my throat. Like,
yeah,
hermaphrodite. Like, I'm gonna start turning trans. Like, my voice gets so deep. It's already deep enough, so I start sounding
the water.
It's the water.
My husband's gonna have to start checking and making sure that I grow a little some extra. I've been taking his men's vitamins. Maybe it might make me grow something.
It's gonna make you poop bigger.
I ran out of vitamins, so I have to start taking his. And he said the only thing they have extra is iron. I'm like, watch, I'm gonna be growing a little something. You're gonna feel a little poke.
At least now you know what it'll be
Damn
like.
It, this isn't Friday. Yes. I forget it's not Friday when I'm on here.
Right. It also could be a little Freaky Friday action, switching bodies.
I don't think I could handle switching bodies with anybody else. They'd be begging me to take their body back. Like, how can you live with this much pain? I'm like, get used to it, scrub.
Oh, it's like that. It's like that meme when like the guy sells his soul to the devil. His body. He's like, no, take it back. He's like, no, I'm good. You keep it. He's like, this is awful. And he's just here like having fun.
Yeah. I wake up like a bowl of Snap, Crackle, and Pop.
Yep. Every morning.
Yeah. Speaking of the worst, Ukraine's back in the news.
Of course they are.
From Communist News Network, Ukraine says it captured 2 Chinese nationals fighting in the Russian army. Cry more.
Mm-hmm.
President Zelensky said 2 Chinese nationals fighting in the Russian army have been taken prisoners in eastern Ukraine. Right. Mm-hmm. Zelensky said Tuesday that Ukrainian forces fighting in the Donetsk region.
Mm-hmm.
Donetsk.
Donetsk.
Fuck them.
Whatever.
The Chinese nationals' documents, bank cards, personal data, just like probably the IDs on 9/11. We have information that there are many more Chinese citizens in the occupiers' units than just 2. We are now finding out all the facts, Zelensky said in a post on Telegram. I immediately don't trust this. I have instructed Minister of Foreign Affairs of Ukraine to immediately contact Beijing and find out how China is going to react to this. I'm still waiting on the German lawsuit.
Yeah.
This is a nothing burger. If you figure like you'll have I know the French Foreign Legion kind of can do their own thing, but you've had Americans go over there, you've had Irish go over there, you've had Canadians go over there, fight for Ukraine, and then now you have like Chinese fighting over for Russia. I mean, like it's just what it is. I think the only thing I could probably say like how they figured out that they were Chinese is because they actually knew how to fight. And that's how they knew they weren't North Korean.
Wow.
referencing all the that drone battle and all that from a couple of weeks ago.
Did you see that drone footage? We've peaked in a civilization. We've got drones fighting drones with pieces of string. Like they got a massive drone flying, and there's another smaller drone flying above it, dropping string into the rotors of the massive drone, and it's just going down. Like we're literally fighting with sticks at this point.
Einstein was right.
Oh my God.
was right.
Imagine a $10,000 piece of equipment getting taken out by grandma's yarn.
Here, it's cold. Make yourself a scarf.
It's just
wild. Because Einstein's like, I don't know how World War III when or how it will happen, but World War IV will be fought with sticks and stones.
Yes. Yes.
No, it's true.
Oh my God.
So much Zelensky is begging and pleading the United States and Europe to start protesting China, which I think Trump is doing tonight with the increase in tariff, although it's for different reasons and not totally connected by one means whatsoever. But yeah.
I don't think we should do anything for Zelensky. So if Zelensky says, "Oh, we should protest China," you protest China and you leave everybody else out of it. Like if you want to start shit with China, that is a country that's way bigger and has way more weapons of war than you. Maybe you need to shut the fuck up and then stop asking everybody else to fight your battles for you.
Aaron's got a good one.
Yeah.
Some babushka out there getting weapons of mass destruction. This will show the Ukrainians.
Yes.
I just want this. He's like, in reality, she's like, I just want them to be warm. Then that's it.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. Like Zelensky is just instigating anything to keep the war going and to make more money. Like there was that video of on X with supposedly evidence that they caught a Chinese dude, and you see a Chinese guy going like, and it's like, so you just picked like a random Chinese dude and like filmed him and look, here's proof. We got a Chinese one. We got one.
How do you know so really Chinese though? Like that's the thing. Like because of where Russia's at, touching the eastern seaboard of Asia, there could be some Asian ethnic Russians.
Of course,
there actually is. There is actually a population of that, like a legitimate.
So how do we know these are actually Chinese people besides the documents that may or may not have been planted? I'm making that accusation.
Because if you look at it this way, right? Zelensky's got all these like liberal people behind him, like yay, with their little fucking Ukraine flag. And Zelensky says, "Look, this is China, man." Like they're gonna believe it. They probably wouldn't be able to tell what a Chinese person from a Japanese, from a Korean to a Vietnamese person, fucking even like Indonesian. Like they probably wouldn't be able to tell. They have slanted eyes. They're Chinese.
Yep.
See,
like you're gonna tell these Karens like
psyop.
Believe it, you know.
See, what kind of makes me worried is like something that you had just mentioned, D, is like, like he has all these people like in his pocket, but he has a lot of people out. Like these, people of notoriety and power, quote unquote, like as far as like, bankers and who's going to pay for his stuff out there in like Europe and stuff. Like we're over here, if we have all our own stuff going here and it's been going on for years and that we're now finding it and we're actually looking for it, who's to say that there's not some stuff on the back end and cahoots going on over there as well? So it's like, like going for like, he's trying to profiteer and he's going to whine and cry like a little weenie as he is. Who's to say something else couldn't evolve from that? It could start. It could be something of a catalyst.
Personally, I don't think the USA should do anything else with Ukraine until after the mineral deal has been signed.
Exactly.
Because only then we will get returns for our efforts.
Exactly.
He's looking to back
and
out
just
now.
like the thoughts and prayers semi-truck for Katrina, it won't show up unless it's on paper.
Yeah. I don't think we should do nothing else for Ukraine. Zelensky gets shit because every single time he backs out like a bitch, and so
he's actually backing out from this.
Of course he is. That's surprise to no one.
Yeah.
Like, who's really surprised by that? He's backed out of everything else.
Every liberal who watches CNN, that's who's surprised.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Oh, he just wants peace. No, he doesn't.
He wants a piece. He wants peace. He wants a piece of our money.
Piece of the pie.
He wants a piece of our money.
He wants a piece of Ukraine forever. Like, he does not want to leave power. That's the only thing. That's why he is imprisoning all his political opponents, stripping them of all their assets. Yeah, he's a giant piece of shit. He's a fucking drag queen that they made into president, you know, and there's nothing respectable about him.
But wait, he can play piano with his penis.
I mean, I don't give a fuck. Like, that's
a high quality asset.
Maybe his wife or whoever boyfriends he has, you know.
What, you saying that's not romantic? Where like a guy just goes on piano and he's like ding 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 playing Mozart.
You had to do that without your hands, though.
No, like one with the bulbs, one with the meat, and it just starts playing like what's it called? Not block. Pacabella. That's romantic. Come on. No wonder she stays around.
Well, and then you could add a couple toot toots from the other end too to kind of.
Yeah. Like when
Here comes the saxophone.
That's the trumpet. Okay.
It's the choir.
All right. Speaking of other things we shouldn't fuck with, scientists genetically engineered wolves with white hair and the muscular jaws like the extinct dire wolf. So all of your dreams of riding a dire wolf into combat may be a reality soon.
So these are older photos. I was watching videos of the new ones, and they are awesome.
So 3 genetically engineered wolves may resemble extinct dire wolves are trotting, sleeping, and howling in undisclosed secure locations in the U.S. So they're trying to weaponize dire wolves. Nice. Honestly, if these are based off of true dire wolves and they grow up to be what they're supposed to be, they're supposed to be standing like on all fours at 4 foot tall. And they're
already at 5 foot.
5.5, 6. They're already 5? Oh, damn.
Yeah. That's what
they're supposed to be like 8 foot long, I think, like from tip to tail. Like they're nothing to sniff at. Like that's a mountable horse.
Yeah, so they're about 25% larger than gray wolves. They share about 95 and something, if not more, of genetic traits with the gray wolf. So that's why they were able to like engineer off of it. And so,
okay, so I have 2 questions. First, why? Like
because it's cool.
Did they not watch Jurassic Park?
But it's cool.
Yeah, but they're trying to bring back extinct species. Like, did they not watch Jurassic Park? All the movies ended bad. Yeah, until they like come and like fucking chop us all down and eat us. And
hold on.
I live with dinosaurs. I'm alive just fine.
Let me give you a counterpoint. Jurassic Park wasn't a failure of like, should we bring back extinct creatures? Jurassic Park was a failure of man's control over nature. Exactly. No different than we have the power to harness the sun on the planet, but Chernobyl happened and Fukushima happened. Yes. It's not so much should we do it, it's how can we control it?
Okay, so there's my follow-up question. Clearly, we've done very poorly. Why should we do this?
The fur missile for the fur Moab.
Yeah, I don't know, man. Clearly we can't be trusted to create things and be able to control things like AI. That's going to be, I don't know. It's possible that AI
different though.
I mean, it's for the rising moose population. That's why the Canadians need help immigrating the moose, and so they're bringing back dire wolves.
I mean, they're just dogs. Really bad, it's not like anything's bad's gonna happen from this. It's we've controlled wolves. We harness dogs. Now we have little cute like Pomeranians and stuff.
Yeah. Yes,
guess where they came from. This is a big one.
Genetically engineered. I mean,
breeding is genetics.
Yes, but there's like natural genetics.
This is the reset. This is when we got just tired of our. This is when we got tired of our loadout, and we just went back to default.
That's a Call of
I'm gonna
Duty
try.
joke
I'm
for
gonna
all
try the
you
different.
noobs.
I'm gonna try the different class.
No.
It's like I don't want to be a Titan anymore. Let me be a hunter. new
There
class.
you go. Thank you, Brian.
Imagine that puppy winning upsies. Yes. Like that's a
Oh.
wrestling match for me. I'm 6'4" or 6'3".
Are
Like,
you really?
yeah, I'm 6'3" and I'm like 300 pounds. Like that's an equal wrestling match for me versus one of those dire wolves. And if it's friendly, that's okay, buddy. You're really gonna hurt me.
But they're so cute. Look at them.
They are cute.
Yeah, so they
but-
have the location where they have them, like for the 2,000 acres. That's where they could just like roam and stuff. Like they're not
Yes.
hunting or anything right now.
Yeah.
So I think
Apparently-
they'll probably just be reintroduced into like
Oh, wait, I'm
population with
sorry.
other wolves.
I'm sorry. The expert at University of Montana was not involved in the research, but had enough knowledge to pretty much give context to where they might be located at. I thought it said that they're in Montana, but would make sense to me if they were in part of the northern states or even Canada because of
Vermont.
dire wolf, like where wolves are at, northern hemisphere. Unless we're planning on releasing them on Russia in the Siberian area.
I mean, there's that.
They would be awesome tactical dogs. Imagine if we did it, bred them to be fucking like super. These are like the Super Saiyan, like SWAT dogs.
Yeah.
Like German Shepherds are not even a thing anymore.
There you go. I think someone just like geeked out on Game of Thrones and wanted to bring back the dire wolf. There you go.
I mean, it was a thing.
I'm
That's kind of why they
enjoying this
named
a
him.
lot.
That's kind of why one of them is named Khaleesi.
That's actually really cute.
Remus, Remus.
One of them is
and
really named
Khaleesi.
Khaleesi.
Yeah.
Oh my
Yeah.
god.
Look, I'm actually really excited about
That's
this.
actually the throne from that's the true throne from Game of Thrones. Like
Side note, and I know and it's completely unrelated to anything, but I actually met a dude named Bilbo today. And he was a young kid. I was like, wait, your name's what? Bilbo? And he's like, shh.
He got
Bilbo
picked on a
Baggins.
lot in high school.
Yeah, probably. But anyways, I think it's cool. They're hopefully they thrive and they don't mutate into something else, and we don't have to say "I told you so" later on. So
I
But
don't
there's
think they're going to mutate so much as I think they're going to integrate them to some degree and kind of control the breeding aspect. That's my thought, because I don't think they want their population to explode too much without further like watching how they handle the nature around them.
yeah,
Not as a non-scientific mind, as more of a logistic mind, that's where I go. Like if we have a population of 15, any one hunter can take that out. No problem. Especially with a helicopter.
yeah.
More than 15, now we got issues because now they're going to
Yeah.
want territory, because
but
typically wolf
they
packs
don't
are
have
about
hunters
15.
going traditionally for wolves. Like
No,
certain parts of the
but-
season, but like
Any trained hunter can shoot something from a helicopter. I can go to Texas and pick up a wild boar hunter and put him on a helicopter to shoot wolves.
oh well, that's
He's going to
fun.
do the same thing, like
But
especially
boar-
with them being white.
pigs and boars are cancer.
Oh yeah,
Like,
they
you
are.
know, they're-
Yeah, if anybody
If anyone-
argues like, why do you need AR-15? Show them wild boars loose in a
Yep.
cul-de-sac video.
Oh, they roam around here. The other day I was going to work and there was one running down the alleyway, the back alleyway where I work, and I was like, holy shit, should I get out of my car?
No.
Yeah, but it was just one, and it might have been still
It's
very
enough to kill you.
young. Yeah,
A boar-
but
a
I'm
boar
not
will kill
that.
you easy.
Yeah, but there's hordes of boars that go around here, and yeah, they shoot them. They do hunts. They get up in helicopters and shoot them with ARs.
Oh yeah.
I had a friend that worked at. She had a farm, and they would catch them, and she would sit there and shoot them, and she would film it sometimes. And they're like, "Oh, it's so cruel, dude! You don't want to get in a pen with those, dude. Those things
Live
are
here.
brutal.
Live
They're
there.
Did you hear about that?
Find out.
I think it was in Texas or Oklahoma. It was somewhere where there's a infestation, and there was a caretaker. Every morning, like 6 o'clock, she'd go to this one house and take care of this older lady, and she never showed up. And this woman ended up getting gored and eaten by a pack of wild boars in front of the house.
Louisiana.
And it was like literally Hannibal. Where was it? Indiana.
It was Louisiana.
Louisiana. Okay.
Yep.
Yeah, I know it was somewhere in the
I
south.
remember this one.
And it was like literally like Hannibal Lecter feed him to the pigs kind of stuff, like lock, stock, and smoking barrels.
Yeah.
And like they were saying like it was just mauled, like, just, and they eat bones, they eat everything. So like if you think of a gory zombie movie where it's just like ribs and flesh, like something from rotten.com, I can only assume that's what it was. Like
So
these things are not good for anything.
Typically boars are by themselves, they're not very aggressive unless they have cubs with them, and then that's an issue. However, if they're in a group of 3 or more, good luck.
Yeah.
They get ballsy when in big packs, like very ballsy.
No,
They're
thank
not
you.
even good to eat either. So it's like,
Some
Well,
people eat them.
you're not seasoning them right. The best way to do
Yeah,
that
they-
is a hog spit, and then you just roast it slowly with a nice. I prefer a brown sugar glaze while it's being roasted.
well, the reason I say this is because I know like if you get one that like goes like berserk,
Mhm.
like the adrenaline starts going, and that amount of adrenaline, testosterone that's flowing through it, like spoils the meat if they get into that.
So
That's what I'm talking about.
above
You know what I'm
the
talking about.
foot, there's like a little thumb nub where above the hoof foot.
Mhm.
After you down it, you cut that, and that's where the gland is, and all of that will bleed out of it, and that flavor will not be there. It gets rid of half of the gaminess.
Did not know that. I thought it was like
Yeah.
part of like the pineal gland or something.
Now you know.
It's in
Shoot
it's
it like in the heart. And
yeah, if you shoot in the heart, or if it's enraged, like your brain dome it, whatever, like that's the best option. However, like if you do get to it after a while, like if you cut, there's like a little gland right above where the hoof is. You just cut that and it'll drain out. It'll look like a yellowish viscous fluid and then turn into blood. That's all of that gland going down.
That's such an awkward
Wow.
place to have a gland.
They use it for other reasons. They use it
like
for
marketing.
something. Yeah.
Okay, so that would make sense. But back to the cuties pies over here. I'm gonna buy the Beanie Baby version for sure.
Oh, there you go. Yeah.
But they are genetically modified and everything, but they're not too far off. And you could say there's like a morality, just because you can, should you, in control of it, but it's nothing that's out of scope from reality. And all things considered, 10,000 years really isn't too long for something to be extinct for us to bring back.
I mean, this just goes to show if the CRISPR program can bring back extinct stuff with bare nigh DNA, what can that do to the human genome once we attach it to it?
Mhm.
Well, you've heard of it. I'm not a genoscientist, but apparently we do have a genome that's been like blocked for like rapid evolution, and it's all of us. And it's they're kind of going down the rabbit hole of like the Anunnaki and stuff. Like they originally used us like for their like mining and all this stuff.
Hey, we covered that on one of the FAFO Fridays.
Did you?
Like
Oh man,
2 weeks ago.
You should have texted me. I would have jumped right in. That whole thing, that whole story.
My
is crazy.
friend, my buddy of mine that's on the show with me that I bring him here locally, he knows so much about that stuff.
It's super interesting.
Like there's times that he's talking, I'm just like, go on. Aliens. It's a fun time. It really is, for me especially.
So now it's like, how far are we from that?
I give it about 250 years before we find legislation or a country willing to do something like that. And then after another 75 years of that going through for the long study program, maybe another 150 years before it becomes more in the private sector. So about 500 years until casual people could see it.
Yeah, because look at this. We're starting to do like, interplanetary travel, like a lot faster than we'd ever assume.
Right. And that's very conservative numbers, by the way.
Yeah. So, if we're able to do that, and now we're doing this, there's really not too far of a leap into that whole ancient story.
Yeah.
So that's cool.
Yeah, it is.
But-
It is until the Alien Federation comes and talks to us. They're like, you guys are going to kill yourselves. Knock it off.
No. 99.5% similarity.
You're just mad because I have tried it first. All right, so now let's go into let's go into everyone's favorite part of the show. That's what everyone's here for. That's it. Caption this. Look at this genetically altered chicken.
Mm-hmm.
Here, behold, we have dire wolves. Chickens must arm themselves with mechanical armor and guns. The only means against the dire wolf. For those of you that don't know, this is Caption This, but you have to make a caption out of this lovely image here. And yes, it was heavily inspired.
Your audio sounds weird.
Yeah, it does.
Oh, wow.
It sounds like you.
Different.
There we go.
There you go.
The hell did I do different? I don't know. Like I said, this was heavily inspired by Gears of War. I mean, who doesn't love nipple plates?
Mm-hmm. There's some big nipples.
Mm-hmm. On a
They
chicken.
got big boobies.
Well, you know, big-breasted chickens. They got to protect them.
Yeah.
Everybody loves big-breasted chicken.
Mm. I don't like it. Mm.
KFC extra crisper.
Oh, that's so good.
I'm gonna pull up the old Rumble chat here, see what we got going on. Oh, let's see here. The chicken that Tim Pool sees in his dreams. That's from Lethal.
This is Roberto Jr. in Afterlife.
Roberto Jr. holding the line.
No, I like Roberto Jr.
All right.
I got 2 in so far.
Yeah? I
See,
don't see him at the moment. Maybe I'm just a little bit of a silly goose, but I don't see him.
well, I used it on X.
Oh, yeah, that's right. X has a hard time doing that.
So I wrote if that's the case, so I wrote Colonel Sanders' Ultimate Battlecock. Okay, and then the other ones are
KFC's new late night security guard. Nice. The much awaited Angry Birds Halo crossover. Okay.
no. It's Gears of War.
It's Gears of War. It's made by the
Actually-
same company. Yeah. Upgraded version of
Gosh.
Robot Chicken.
Still remember the theme song too.
It's not Robot Chicken, it's War Chicken.
There you go.
Mm. I have thoughts, but I'm not too sure what the thoughts are.
So I just wrote one, and I was thinking of the 300 movie.
I ain't pushing shit.
Mm-mm.
Our producer's yelling at us about pushing buttons. He's doing it to himself.
Spartans, what is our profession?
Say bookcock.
Yeah.
Is that? Oh my
This guy
goodness!
fell on the wrong chicken. What is this? What if this is Chuck Norris's chicken?
There we go. I just came up with a funny one.
We must defend against the dire wolves.
Did my show?
I don't. Chicken Run Part 2's last one.
No, that's the last one I did. No, okay, it didn't go through. I put RoboCock.
That's probably why I didn't go through.
It is. I mean, come on. Sanderson Farm. Well, see, that's why. But I think there's already a Chicken Run, a second one.
Yeah, there's Chicken
think
Run
about
1 and 2.
Yes.
I've never seen
So
that
that
one.
would be like
Oh man,
the final stand.
you know, for those of you, this is kind of an inside joke for Gears of War fans, but there was an animation a long time ago where Dom was the side character, and he was constantly looking for his wife. There's a nice play on this one. It's like, "Where's my hens?"
Is this the like in the third one when he sees her?
This
again?
is the second one. This is the
when,
second one. Yeah.
Like, is it the scene I'm thinking about, the sad one?
No,
I
it's
was
just
pretty drunk
before
when
that.
I played that
though.
one and I cried.
It was the one before, like the scene before that, when he's like looking for his wife in this whole like prison area.
And like
But the animation, the fan made animation was like, "Where's my wife?"
I was pretty drunk when I played that part. I definitely cried.
Dude, that was the best way to end a character. All right,
It really
really
was.
was.
The whole thing was just.
Yeah.
But he's like, all right, I'm done. I got nothing. You guys haven't played this game. You guys, we're not. That's your fault. You've had 20 years.
Yeah. I really recommend playing Gears of War 1, 2, and 3. I really do. Gears of War 4 is meh. Gears of War 5 is absolute dog shit.
I only played up to 3.
Yeah, you're not missing much with 4 and 5.
If they were able to get rid of, see if they were able to bring it over to like Sony.
They're not.
I know.
It's a Microsoft exclusive. But like you can play it on Steam. But like still, Gears 4 and 5, they're dog shit. There's no other way of putting it.
Who's
That's when you could really
the devs?
tell Gearbox Studios.
Who owns them? They're not affiliated with Bungie, right?
No, they're affiliated with Microsoft.
Okay.
But
I know
like you could tell
Microsoft.
when liberal writers got in there because like it was bad. The poultry apocalypse begins. I like that one. That's a good one.
Mm-hmm.
These egg prices are too damn high. All right, let's get some votes in.
Yo.
All right, which one you guys liking?
Let's see. We can get them get a little popped up here.
The much-awaited Angry Birds Halo crossover.
As a nerd, I can't agree with that one.
Upgraded version of Robot Chicken.
I like my RoboCop one better.
The chicken that Tim Pool sees in his dreams. A nice blend of 19 herb spices and gunpowder. What else we got? Robocock.
Yep.
And the one I'm leaning towards is the poultry apocalypse begins. What else? A liberal's concept of bird flu.
That's funny.
Okay, that's a runner-up. I'll take that one as a runner-up. All right, what are you guys thinking?
Huh.
Huh?
Okay.
Bash? It's kind of. Bash hasn't posted.
Chicken Little Act 2, Chicken Hammer 40K. Lethal's in his own little world on Rumble.
I like the 40K.
Chicken Hammer 40K?
Yeah.
That's pretty funny. Yep. I mean, I like that one. I
bet
like my.
Chicken could
I
play
still
the
like my
piano with
RoboCop.
his testicle chin.
His testicle chin.
Imagine how fast he could pick at the piano. Dun 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 dun.
Oh no, you're getting in motorboating territory.
Well, I got to get all the keys. This is Zelensky's new piano buddy.
Oh God.
The little cock that could.
Oh boy.
That was good.
I'm immediately just churning up really dirty ones that I can't say because of YouTube.
Aaron says that this is a just released image of Zelensky in his warsuit.
Yeah.
Because he's a chicken.
All right. So we want to have. Do we have a consensus as the host on which one we want, or are we going to put it to a vote?
I would say we should get a vote in.
Put a vote
Sure.
in. All right. Am I leaving that to the producer, or are we doing it?
Let's get the producers in it. I mean, we got a lot of people watching right now, so.
All right.
Yeah.
Each host gets a nominee. I nominate The Paltry Apocalypse Begins.
I nominate my RoboCock.
I mean, you have been taking iron lately, so it might happen.
I mean, I might get one. I've been taking my husband's vitamins, you know.
She's like, I could finally pee standing up.
Oh, I could do the helicopter too.
I don't need gas.
That's a sight. You're going to do great in the Futanari community.
You know, it is what it is.
I like my peacock one. I don't know. I'm so indifferent. If I was drunk, I'd really be into this. I got to pick one. But all of them are just fucking hilarious. I like this one today. This one was a good one.
Which one?
I'm gonna go with Aaron's.
Liberal concept of bird flu?
No, I'll go with Poltergeist. Let's stick with that one.
The poltergeist.
The Polterpocalypse.
Oh, the poultry apocalypse? All right. That's 2 votes for the poultry apocalypse begins. Yeah, it's my cat. Apparently, he needs fed. Isn't that right, asshole? So the cat's name is Koshka, which is Russian for cat, because we have a very lovely naming system around here. Like my dog is named Luna, short for lunatic.
Your sound went funky again.
I named
What the hell?
my cat Professor McGonagall, from Harry Potter, because the professor turned into a cat.
Is it like a cross feed somewhere? I don't know what's going on with my mic.
Sounds better.
Okay. It's got to be the angle I keep talking at.
I don't know. My dog's name is Twinkie. He's got the most exotic name.
A vote A for Poultry Apocalypse. Vote B for Robocock.
Mm-hmm.
And your timer starts now. I gave my German Shepherds Hebrew names.
Abraham.
I mean, it kind of makes sense. I mean, Aaron is Jewish. Aaron voted for number 2 on a letter-based voting structure. Aaron has successfully pulled a T-bone. Good job, Aaron. I will harass you every time I see you in the Discord. Speaking of which, scan the QR code in that corner over there to get to the Roman Nation website where you can join a Discord and make fun of Aaron for voting for a number in a letter voting system.
I was like, oh gosh, damn it.
Love you, Aaron. You gotta understand too. She got mad at me one time because I made a joke on stream, and she had to go and delete her Amazon Alexa shopping list.
Damn.
My friends, they had they were a couple, and they had an Alexa. So like every other week, they would have people over on the weekends, and we'd party and stuff, like all throughout the night. And so whenever they'd step out the kitchen, I would be like, Alexa, order an 8-inch dildo. Alexa, order the extra large anal beads. And so finally they showed up, and that started a whole commotion. I was like, oops.
So what I did was I, told the Amazon device to order 50 gallons of lube on stream.
Okay, the scores are tied.
Scores are tied. I know what to do. All right. So heads, I get heads. Tail, I get tail. Right? No. Heads for Poultry Apocalypse. Tails for Robocock. We ready?
Let's go.
Yeah.
It's heads.
Oh, there you go. You get head.
Yes. Now I gotta go wake the wife up.
Guess what?
I did see something, and no, it didn't break me. Ho ho ho.
I'm lost.
Me too.
Aaron sent me something on Discord to make me break, and it's not gonna work. It's funny, but it's not gonna work.
Can't break steel.
There you go.
I don't know. Crimson broke me the one night. She posted something in the chat, and it absolutely devastated me. Like, I lost my shit. Oh, what you post now? Ooh.
Now you're just getting a bunch of stuff.
Mm-hmm. This one's good.
Bombarded by Goatsy.
No, it's very racially motivated. We'll go with that. All right. So Poultry Apocalypse wins. We gotta have a run. We gotta have a championship stream one of these days for the who wins the new T-shirt contest. One of these
Probably
days.
be Aaron. Aaron or Big. I've only won one of these once, I think.
I won one with a very disappointing outcome.
Oh.
Yeah. It's not my best
Have
work.
you won any today?
No, nobody likes my humor. Except for me. I like my humor. I think I'm fucking hilarious. That's all that matters.
You gotta do open mic night one of these nights. You can really test that tail.
Oh, I have. I've done stand up a couple times.
There you go.
It's works pretty good. I like it. Like Cam Patterson from Kill Tony. He used to. You ever watch Cam from Kill Tony? He's like the black dude, with the dreads. Hilarious dude. A lot of people probably have seen him if they've watched Kill Tony, but
I've never watched a single Kill Tony episode.
Hilarious. But yeah, me and him used to go drinking every couple weeks. Solid dude. Especially when I used to work in the clubs.
I want to share with the class, but I can't.
Oh my god!
I can't share this with the class. Aaron,
You turned so red.
All right.
You
if you
turned
like
so red.
Dude, it's good. It's really good. I might post this on X. If you like my antics, like you can always check out my show on Fridays, where we are diving into reincarnation stories this week as a 3-part continuation off of Aliens. Somehow we went from aliens to supernatural. Now we're doing reincarnation stories, thanks to the viewers telling us what to cover next week.
Cool.
So if you want to be a part of that, show up at, was it 9 p.m. Eastern? Yeah, right here. Not on YouTube. Rumble. Go to Rumble. That's where more fun is. If you also liked my antics, you can follow me at fluffy_hobo, but I wouldn't advise it unless you really want to read this spicy meme that I was reading. Other than that, yeah, that's all I got for tonight, guys.
Indeed. What about you?
Well, you know, it was a cool show. We definitely talked over a lot of different things and got to rant on a lot of different things too. So yeah, that was really fun. Thanks, guys. You could find me on X and only X at Cynical Latina, and yeah, come and interact with me. We'll have fun.
Perfect. You know, it was a great show. Actually, I enjoyed the show a lot. This one was actually there's a lot of stuff to talk about. You know, for me, my handle is AP2Tay on everything. And shoot me a message, shoot me a shot, anything like that. And I'm just here for the memes and games and give you guys the news. As always, we are thankful for you guys to watch us. You can go ahead and check out all our stuff and information on the website right there. Give us a follow, check it out. You'll definitely like it. If not, if we got nothing else to say, you know, we'll close it out, and then we'll see you guys on Thursday edition at 9 p.m. And then we'll see you then. Take care, guys.
So I got to thinking, there's MAHA, Make America Healthy Again. MAGA, Make America Great Again. But what we really need to do is make America follow the Constitution again. Motherfucker. That sounded better in my head.